Hello, hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to this IPL special week, the week of cliffhangers, and I've brought in a summary of all the matches which went down to the wire. To begin with, the tournament so far and really out of the box game. It was GT versus KKR, birth of a new hero, Rinku Singh. Okay, so GT, what happened there was Hardik was unwell, so Rashid was leading, and still it was all fine. GT did put up a good show, and they were going good at 159 for 2, and it seemed like they would end up at 180. And then out of nowhere, there comes the hurricane of Vijay Shankar out of nowhere, and they did score something over 200, 202 or 204, something like that. And KKR did begin poorly, and everything's going as per script for Rashid, even though he was getting carded all over. But still, the wickets were falling, and nothing much was there. And Iyer and Rana, Iyer did score the 80 of 43, and Rana did score 45 of 29, and it was a 100 partnership of just 55. And once Rana fell, Rinku gets in, but then Iyer did fall, so then it was all new batters over there all of a sudden. And out of nowhere, when Rashid was having a rash day, did turn it around superbly with a hat-trick, and everything seemed over. Nothing was possible. However, Rinku, remember the name, Rinku Singh. I was listening to the commentary where the commentators were like, okay, it's not possible. And after the second six, if crazier things have happened in cricket. Then once the Belief did start hitting 5 sixes out of the park, no matter even if it's a kid over there. Yes, Dayal, okay, it was a bad day, but he was bowling full tosses and full tosses, or short ball and short ball. Still, you'll have to put them out, and it was just his day. Rinku Singh had arrived, and out of nowhere, KKR pulled the rabbit out of the hat. So that was all about the thrilling experience of GD versus KKR. So once done with that, then we move on to RCB versus LSG, where LSG did win the toss, and nobody. It's a wrong question to ask. Who will bowl first or bat first? What do you do if you win the toss in Bangalore? It's in a Swami. Well, the batting team is always going to have that advantage, especially in the day-night game. So what happens there? RCB start really well with King Kohli scoring 61. And Faf, it is a contrasting innings partnership, I would say, where King Kohli was really good in the beginning and lost the touch towards his end of his innings. Faf, the other way around, was struggling to time the ball, and suddenly out of nowhere did start timing, and then bang, bang, bang. And the surprise package there was Maxwell, who scored 59, and RCB did finish at 1-2, and it all seemed like, oh yeah, RCB has this match in the bag, and so did it happen. And wow, it was 23 for 3 with Kyle Mayers, the destroyer, Kyle Mayers, Huda, and Krunal all gone, and it was 23 for 3 at the end of 4 overs. Then there was this partnership of kind of sorts with Stoinis scoring 65 of 35, and however, Stoinis and Rahul both getting out in successive overs did put RCB's nose ahead, but nobody expected this happening. Nicholas Pooran has been traded too many times and is always told the next big thing in international cricket, and especially the West Indian cricket, but he has hardly performed. However, that day was different. He comes out all guns blazing and scores 62 of just 19 deliveries with 7 humongous sixes. Whatever he was hitting was out of the park. And well, it all seemed like everything's over. And LSG will take it win in a canter, 189 for 6. And ultimately, RCB did fight back. And there was a situation where it was just 5 needed with 2 wickets in hand in the last over. And Harshal Patel did bowl really well, I would say. But unfortunately, with 1 needed to win, that's when the scores were tied in the last ball. He did a schoolboy mistake. Well, I guess maybe Ravi Ashwin should teach him how to munkad, or rather run out of the bowler's end before bowling. And also DK, probably he was dreaming. He was not able to collect the ball. And still, Lucknow would have won it. I think so, because with Pooran having such a good day. And notable mention here to Aish Bodoni, who played really well. Good knock there, cute little knock there, a supporting role. But the way he got out was really funny, playing a normal proper sweep. And it was a hit wicket, which we rarely see in cricket these days. And moving on, we see DC versus MI. Well, this was actually, I couldn't classify this as a cliffhanger, but of course it did go towards the last over, so that's the reason I'm summarizing here. Delhi were put into bat first. I mean, Delhi did bat first and struggled, huffed and puffed, and captain and his deputy, that's David Warner and Akshar Patel, put together some kind of a respectable total to them, and finally they were all out. Yeah, they were all out for 172. With David Warner being 150, getting 51 of 47, and contrasting 50. That's 54 by Akshar, who is the vice captain of the team. 54 of just 25. Piyush Chawla, the old wily leg spin of Piyush Chawla, picking up 3 wickets there. And nothing. Mumbai were doing it in a canter with Rohit and Ishan having a good partnership. Well, then Surya having a bad day again, stuck out for a duck. And Tilak Verma and Rohit were managing it quite well. And Pace out of nowhere snipped out Rohit, and there were 2 Aussie tall boys, both not faced even a ball. Tim David and Cam Green did face some nervy moments, and kudos to Andrik Nokia, who was bowling bullets. And somehow he was bowled. Nobody could do anything much there except for the singles. But somehow in the last ball, when two needed for victory, these two guys did jump, dive, and did all kinds of stuff. And finally, they did huffed and puffed and did win the match. So even though it was not that nail racking or a nail biting finish, but still it was a last over finish. Then I would still the next match, which is RR versus CSK. I am going to put this in my top two. The second one after the KKR match. KKR was the Rinku special match, I would say, because this was MSD's 200th game, and CSK are the only team having win percentage in their home ground more than 60%. So anything, it's like reaching their fort, I would say. And okay, so coming to the game, Butler and Padikkal had a really good partnership, and Butler scored 50 and Padikkal scored 38 in good time, around 150 strike rates. It was still going good, and Ash, being a local player, did play a really good knock. And Hetmaier did finish well with 30 of just 18 balls. So yes, RR finished 175 for 8. To be noted that RR had a fantastic spin bowling with Ravi Ashwin, Chahal, and of course for this game they had got Adam Zampa. So then CSK did chase. The CSK's chase began hopelessly in the wrong note, where Rutraj Gaikwad got out early. However, then in the newfound home of CSK, Jinx or Ajinkya Rahane was releasing his role at one down, and Conway and Jinx had a super partnership. However, things went wrong once Ashwin plucked out Jinx, and Shivam Dubey, Raidu, who was impact sub, and Moin Ali all getting out to the spin trio of Ashwin, Chahal, and Zampa. Then it was all left to the finishers, Jadu and Dhoni, with almost more than 60 to score of just 5 overs. And well, boy, these two are finishers. They are, even though Dhoni is retired from international cricket this season, he is flexing his muscles too good, and it was a perfect classical example of what he can do. And well, he did manhandle quite a lot. And finally, in the last over, it seemed 21 in the last over, and it was seeming like an improbable task. However, after the first 3 balls, bang, 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 it was more like last ball, 5 needed of the last ball, and Dhoni on strike in his 200th match as CSK skipper. Everything was tailor-made for him. However, special mention and the courage and the effort and the presence of mind of Sandeep Sharma here, and of course the skipper Sanju Samson, who is actually the Chupa Rustom here. And wow, really fantastic. And he was able to hold his nerve even after getting smacked the first 3 balls. RR did manage, especially Sandeep Sharma did manage to hold his nerve, and it was RR who did prevail, winning by 3 runs probably. And they did be out of it. Then coming to the next match, well, PBKS, once Punjab is involved, of course it happens. See, this match is PBKS versus GT, and huffed and puffed, Punjab huffed and puffed, and finally they did reach 153 for 8. And Mohit Sharma coming back after haters, he was a net bowler in GT, getting a game here in Yash Dayal's place, who went for 5 sixes in his previous game, the Rinku assault. So he was superb, 18 for 2, and well, GT did start normally and everybody contributing well. However, once Hardik got out and things got a bit like a banana peel, and it was tough there. However, once it is Punjab, always you need to think of Rahul Tewatia. So yes, Tewatia and Miller did finish things off quite nicely. However, there were some nerve-breaking moments for them because boundaries were not coming towards the end, and Sam Curran these days has a bag of tricks. And however, he was up against Rahul Tewatia, who knows how to play in the last overs quite well, and that's how he did manage. And finally, SRH versus KKR. Actually, this game I wouldn't call it as a nerve-breaking or a nail-biting, but a worth mention to the spirit of KKR, the newfound spirit, where they are finding things and they are making a match out of nowhere. So SRH having a superb team, and the dark horses I would call them this year. Harry Brook, who is scoring runs in every format, everywhere, was struggling, however, in IPL because they say it's a different ball game altogether, but he did come good in this fantastic pitch, and Brook did score 100, ably supported by Aiden Markram, who scored a 50 of just 26, and well, the innings was finished in a superb fashion by Abhishek Sharma, 32 of 17, and Henrik Larsson scoring 16 of 6. So yes, 228 for 4, that's what SRH did manage, and it was humongous total. No matter what ground you are, you have scored at 228, it's still 228. And the chase began hopelessly badly, and whatever adjective you want to put it for KKR, and it was down and out, 20 for 3. And well, Rana then with Jagadishan did form a partnership. However, things went haywire, and it was 96 for 5 in the 10th and 10.1 overs. However, Rana and Rinku did score some runs, handy runs, but nothing happened. Once Rana got out at 165 for 6, that is 16.3. That's what I told in the 17th over. Until that point, it was seeming like there is momentum, there is things which Rana and Rinku have done. So yes, it was a skipper's knock, where Nijesh Rana, coming off the ages, did score 75 of this 41, and Rinku did hold on to 58 of 31, but nothing happened there. But still, it was a good enough fighting game for KKR Spirits. And finally, coming to the last game of the week, where it was LSD versus Punjab Kings again. So Punjab, this is the third game I'd say where they are involved in cliffhangers. So LSD, what did they do here? It is Lucknow these days is not offering a platter, so anything over 150 to 170 is always a good score. And KL Rahul finally coming to form and did score. LSD was coming to good form, and LSD scored 159 for 8, and Rahul did score 74 of 56, and it was a controlled shot and a controlled pitch, which is behaving not that great. And for Punjab, since Shikhar was not playing, Sam Curran was the skipper, and it was a special performance where he picked 3 wickets. And with the no Shikhar involved, even though the target is just 160, it was really tough for Punjab, and they huffed and puffed, and a good innings by Match Shot was there, and they were tottering at 7 for 2 and 2.2. Match Shot did form a partnership, and Sikandar Raza and Bhatia also had a good hand there, but things were getting out of reach for Punjab. And well, this special guy, Shah Rukh Khan, they did pay a lot to him last season, but he hardly came good there. But yesterday was the day where he was superb, and well, he did finish off the match with 23 of 10 with 3 balls to go, and here Punjab did manage to echo out a win, and that's how the entire week of nail biters were. Hope you like the presentation, and I would like to do every match summary, but it's really nerve-wracking for me once I finish the match and express myself. So do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I do like your suggestions, and whatever, please come back to me. Thank you.